Hey everybody, we are back again with another official episode of Dynasty Queens. I am your girl Nia J with my beautiful co-host
Pamela and Nicole. What's up, y'all?
You guys, today we have a very special guest. We have the lovely, fantastic, and beautiful Sunny of Kabila Events.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Dynasty House.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, we're very happy to have you. So you could actually let the viewers know a little bit of backstory about how, because we know that you're very culturally centered. You like to, plan events and stuff for the community.
Yeah.
So how did you know as a young girl that you had a gift for giving and creating and putting things together?
That's such a good question. No one has ever asked me that.
Really?
I think I've always been a person that loved to get people together.
Okay.
And love to see people gather and create community. I mean, even I planned all my birthdays from 9 until today. I've done a lot of community work, volunteering. I've done a lot of things at church and just organizing in that way. And just those small moments of gathering people has always brought me extreme joy.
Okay.
So using that as a business and turning that into something that I could do consistently and build a legacy, I think has been always pretty much inside of me. So
that's beautiful that, building a legacy, you don't really hear that many people when they talk about like their passion, building a legacy. You're looking for, your children and your grandchildren. You have that set in place. And that's such a smart thing to do as women. We need to have long lasting, streams of income for our kids and grandkids and stuff. So I really commend you for saying that.
Thank you.
As well. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes. So with Kabila Events, how long have you had your business?
Well, Kabila Events has been around for 4 years, but prior to that, I had a youth organization where we did a lot of large-scale community events. But yes, as of April, we have been going strong for 4 years, 4.5 now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yes.
So give us a little insight on how you actually got your foot into the door and to being able to take part in putting these type of events together. Before you even started your businesses, what are some things that you did or people that you talked to kind of get your foot in the door?
Yeah, so my background actually isn't in event planning or, formally event curation. Like I didn't go to school for it. My background is primarily in human resources, workforce development. I was in education for a while. I was a teacher. So just a lot of different spaces that I touched. But I think once I decided to pursue hospitality and event management and event curation, I got a mentor. So SCORE, I spoke to them, and they're a nonprofit organization that provides mentors in different industries. So I had a mentor and just had conversations about how the industry works and what's the best way to start to like formulate an actual business around it.
Right.
And I didn't wait until like I had the business plan and the LLC, which that can be negotiable.
Right.
I just started doing my own events, some private events, some in-house things, doing things at venues and on a smaller scale, just to get the buzz out there, to meet new people, get people excited about the brand. And then we did an official launch April of 2021 or 2020. So it was a journey. I say as we continue to grow, started to talk to people about financing and like business loans and those different things that we needed to scale, and just learning more about not only the industry, but also how to continue to grow it financially and not just be, in the business, but also figuring out ways to evolve it. So that's how we started. But yeah, it was a fun time. It was lit. I think the most exciting part about the beginning stages is that there's a lot of energy, and that you're excited and that you believe in this thing.
Right.
And you may do some things around the edges, like throw pop-up parties and things like that with no permits. Don't do that, y'all.
Right.
Don't do that.
Keep it legal.
Keep it legal. But I learned a lot through doing that and not hindered myself with, I want to wait until I have my LLC. I want to wait until I get the business name. I want to wait till I do the website, which is like, no, word of mouth, pop it up on Instagram and explore it and become curious about the business. So
Yeah, I love that.
That's how I started.
I love that. I know everyone has like their like greatest moment as far as like entrepreneurship. What would you say is one of your most memorable events that you've hosted?
That's that's great. That's a great question. I'm very particular, and I always put myself in the mind of the person that is experiencing it. So if it's not a good one, I'm like, this is whack. I want to go home. And my friends are like, girl, calm down. Like, it's going to be okay. I'm like, this is horrible. Who planned this? But that's the guest experience in me. I would say probably my favorite event that we did, or one of my favorites, was we do a festival called Culture Fest.
Okay.
And that has become one of our staple events. It's one of our largest that we do in the summer. We have upwards of 2,000 people, and we have performances and different DJs and just different cultural experiences. But I think the most meaningful part of that event to me is that we give awards to people that are making a positive impact.
I love
in the city here in the culture here in Philadelphia. In our first year, we actually had the honor and privilege to give it to a woman that has since passed. And that was her last award that she received. So it was such an honor and blessing to be able to give people their flowers while they're still here. So I would say that's my favorite event. It's very fun. The energy around it is just love and communal. People are coming to dance. They look good. I'll show you all the pictures. They look amazing, and it's just a different energy. Sorry, that would be my favorite events, Culture Fest.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And I love that. And I do want to mention how important is it to you to have roots and culture in what you do when it comes to event planning and putting stuff together. When it is, an African American event or, melanated people coming together, how important is that for you to make sure that, the message is delivered properly?
Yeah, I think that, well, first of all, Kabila means tribe in Swahili. So basically, whenever you come into events that we curate, you are going to find your people. You're going to find your person. You're going to find your tribe, the people that you connect with. I think it's important for us to create spaces for us because we know and can empathize with our experiences.
Right.
And I've been in places where I didn't feel comfortable or seen.
Right.
Or felt ignored, or just felt out of place.
Right.
So it's really, really important for me to be at the forefront of trying to like curate and cultivate different spaces for us. So it's extremely important.
It's impactful, isn't it?
That is.
It is. And it's rooted in everything that I do. When I first started my business, financially, it was looking interesting. And that's because I've always prioritized community and the experience of everybody that's coming there. So sometimes when you're starting a business, when you're investing, when you're figuring things out, you may have some losses at the beginning, but I would say definitely keep going because prioritizing what the purpose is, which is to continue to build community.
And that's so amazing that you're saying that. You keep using the same words, purpose. And so I'm going to give a little insight. My first name is Nia. In Swahili, it means purpose. My middle name is Imani. In Swahili, it means faith. And I do have purpose and faith on my back.
You do.
Wow.
Yes, she does. Yeah. So, and I found community in you because I need to go to one of these, events because that is my tribe. My name is Swahili. Just speaking the
Purpose. Yes.
love that. So I think it's also really important to make sure that we have roots and tradition because I think what a lot of people don't talk about is the African American experience is different because people in other, Africa, they have the roots. So we had to really create it.
Absolutely.
So I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Freestyle and remixed it for sure.
Remix. I like
I like that.
Yes, definitely.
Now, you did mention community outreach and other things that you're involved in. Can you go in a little bit more detail as far as what you do for the city and everything as far as like outreach and community service?
Yeah, I would say I don't do as much community like formally as of now, just because the business is all encompassing.
Gotcha.
All the time. I would say the way in which I contribute to the community now is different. It looks different. It feels different, but it's still, again, the same goal. So we have a lot of Black-owned businesses at our events, and we try to be very, very specific
Okay.
and curated when we're selecting these businesses. We make sure that we give them the tools, skills that they need in order to be successful. We promote them, of course, and we create like different business opportunities for them, not only for our events, but also other events and experiences throughout the city.
Right.
So I would say that that is my contribution now. Of course, bringing money into the city, because there are people that travel to come to some of our staple events.
Yeah.
But I would say my biggest contribution at this moment in time is supporting smaller Black-owned businesses.
I love that.
Yes.
Love that. Because we definitely need the support. You know, it's hard, and sometimes I hate to say this, it's our own people that don't be supporting us the way that we need to be supported. So you're doing a really good thing by just putting that out there. You know, so thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Also,
Community. So we're on the topic of community. What are some things that, because we know we like people to share the real, right? Okay. Have there been people, right, buckle up. Have there been people that you've come across in this industry, maybe in the, conscious community, or may have you, that may not have the same motives that you have? Your motives are to uplift, to outreach, to empower. Have you come across some shenanigans and some some people that are kind of like a little shady
yeah.
when it comes to the giving back? And I mean, that's a real question.
Know about it.
Is that real?
I will. Okay.
And we're not talking about anybody in particular name. Just
Don't say any names.
right.
But I will say the industry in general, one is male dominated.
Okay.
And particularly in Philadelphia, it's such an interesting place to be. I'm from here, so I kind of understand the dynamics, but being in a male-dominated industry and space and trying to make an impact, but also partner and collaborate where it makes sense, I've learned very quickly how to spot out who would be a good and ideal partner and who would be not so ideal
Gotcha.
to collaborate with. This industry can be very lucrative, and if that is your primary goal, then you can be successful.
Yeah.
That is unfortunately not my goal, which sometimes I'm like, Lord, what? I mean, just turn the switch on, please, at any time. But I have met people that is their goal and priority, and I understand from working in this industry for some, a couple years that people may not align with my goals and purpose.
Right. Yes.
And from when that happens, I just remove myself from the
yourself.
table
Yeah.
and respect them from afar. Or, maybe sometimes I'll stop by the table and get a couple snacks. We have a little conversation. Maybe I stop by the table, get a little wine. I'll bring some wine, potentially. But we can't meet in the middle at the table.
Gotcha.
So
That's fair.
it's just evaluating goals and values.
Absolutely.
That's very fair.
And that's really like a good thing that you said, like in the hospitality industry anyways, you have to learn how to kind of read the room, if you will, too. And that's exactly what she's like having to do is just, you can always know. You can always have that intuition with people. You can usually tell from a mile away, like,
Or have you had like a difficult client that was like really hard to work with?
Yes, I have. So, I mean, thankfully, we've done a lot of together experience. We've done a lot of our own events in-house.
Okay.
But we did have a client that we negotiated on a price, but what they needed was far beyond what we negotiated. And I wish, hindsight is 2020, I wish I would have stuck to our boundary and say, like, this is what the contract said, this is the agreement, and this is what the price point is, and not necessarily just bending on certain things.
Yeah.
And they were very difficult.
oh, wow.
Very challenging. And then once we were finished, they were also difficult and challenging throughout that whole process. So it was definitely a learning experience for me, just understanding my worth.
Yes.
And standing on that. And if it is a situation where I think it could be mutually beneficial, then that's a separate conversation. But like you said, sometimes you can spot crazy insanity from a mile away.
Yes.
And I should have run immediately.
Wow.
I love that you mentioned boundaries, because I think a lot of times with entrepreneurs, like even any business person, sometimes it's like, dang, should I bend a little bit just to keep the client? Because you never know who they know, and word of mouth travels. So I love that you mentioned boundaries. And to go a little bit further, what would you say are some of your boundaries as a businesswoman with your clients?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And I will say I learned the boundaries by doing the work. Because sometimes people come into business and they're like, these are all my set boundaries. And it's like, well, you haven't even done anything yet to be able, not to say you allow people to take advantage of you.
Right.
Or to use you in any type of way. But sometimes you have to do the things in order to say, oh, that's what it is. Like, that's something that it's a non-negotiable for me. For me, it's, I set a clear time frame. So this is a business.
Yeah.
So you should be calling me at 12 o'clock in the morning. There's nothing that you need to talk to me about at that time.
Right.
My business hours from 9 to 6.
Okay. Let them know.
That.
If it is an important weekend, then I can extend it to 8 o'clock. But outside of that, I have business hours.
Good.
I always get agreements signed. I don't care if you're my mama, daddy, brother, uncle, sister. I don't care. I get agreement signed to make sure we are all on the same page.
Right.
Either an agreement or a member or MOU. Okay. So we are locked in.
Yes.
I try to make sure that my communication is respectful and professional.
Yes.
And that is also my expectation. And I communicate that very early on.
Yes.
And what is another boundary? I don't put myself in places, particularly with some of my male clients.
Okay.
I'm very conscious about putting myself in spaces when it's late or during compromising times where there's drinking and things like that. Because, I mean, hospitality, there's a lot of freedom there that you're going out. It's like, oh, yeah, like, let's hang out. Let's get the sushi. Let's get the wine. Let's get...
Right.
And then you're 5 shots in. It's like, well, we're not talking about business anymore. This is clearly not... You're asking about my man. You're asking some personal questions.
Yeah.
So I have some cutoff points.
Yeah.
It's like, even because it's communal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's easy to go, oh, yeah, like, let's hang out. Let's go. But I still have to maintain my professionalism. So that's definitely a boundary that I've
Okay. I respect that too.
Yes.
Because that may be different from person to person in that particular space. I do understand when you actually work for a business and there's HR involved that you have to follow those parameters.
Right.
There are people that are in independent spaces that choose to date or whatever in the same industry. But I respect that.
I do too.
I mean, my brand and my reputation and my business.
Yes.
I built this brick by brick.
It's your baby. I understand.
Brick by brick.
Yeah.
Those times where I was crying, for not getting sleep. I always reflect on those moments and how important it is to maintain myself.
Right.
And to have discipline in certain areas of my life. So, yes.
I love your integrity. I really do.
Yeah, that's the word. That is your integrity. Integrity is definitely.
You will not hear my name on the streets.
Yes.
That's good.
Word of mouth in a good way about your business and nothing else.
Right. Yeah. Because look, all press is not good press. I don't care what they say. It's reputation, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Today's episode of Dynasty Queens is brought to you by Drip Top, the newest, hottest trend in fashion. You guys, if you love fashion, being a trendsetter, looking your best, you can have it all in the palm of your hand. This Drip Top app is what it's about. Fresh trends in fashion. Please believe me, we know what's up. Whether you're into streetwear, the chic style, it doesn't matter. You can be going out a night in the town. We got you. Make sure you check us out. Browse this app. It's at just the drop and click of the tap of the screen. Let's roll. Drip Top.
And the best part of it too is it's not just about discovering new fashion. It's about the community. It's a full-on community. So you can follow your favorite content creators. You can get tips and tricks to your fashion, whatever you want to do. And on top of that, you can level up your style.
Right.
It's a great thing. So Y'all go ahead and download the Drip Top app. You can get it on Google Play and the App Store, the Apple Store. And go ahead and look it up. It's Drip Top, DRIPTOCK, and level up your style today. Also, go ahead and visit the website at www.driptop.com, or you can go ahead and scan the QR code right here on our screen. Y'all, don't forget, stay bold, stay fresh, and stay all together with Drip Top.
So what, I guess you talked earlier about how important getting it on paper and the contracts are. If you could tell a young event planner, person that's curating events, putting stuff together for their community, and they're just like, yeah, I'll do it for a friend or whatever. At the point when it starts to expand and grow, and you're like, I'm gonna pursue this full time. What are 5 things that this person needs to know just off rip, jumping in, that will prepare them for success, the road to success?
I'll rewind a little bit and just say that I did do a lot of things for free.
Okay.
Or for exchange when I first started.
Okay.
I do think it's important to go through that rites of passage.
And that's networking. I understand. It's referral system. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. So I volunteer for a lot of different events. I assisted with helping. I also hosted some other events and on a smaller scale, just so I can get more experience.
So,
but 5 things that they would need to know is 1, invest in a system that can automate your processes. It's not very expensive. I personally use Honeybook to help to send out my contracts and my invoices.
Okay.
And it pings people, say like, hey, you didn't read this yet.
yeah.
Hey, open this thing up before I have to call you.
Got you.
Let Honeybook talk to you.
Right.
I love that.
So invest in a system. 2 is to get a mentor
Okay.
that is particularly in the industry and or in a complementary industry that could help you in business.
Right.
That is potentially human resources when you're ready to be there, finance and accounting, graphic design and marketing, and then the industry in particular. The 3rd would be to have a good spiritual and like self-care habits.
Yeah.
Because as entrepreneurs, sometimes you lose yourself in the work and it becomes you. And that could completely diminish your whole being. And I've been there, the entrepreneurship depression is very real, especially if you're doing it full time. So going to church, having those moments of self-care, even the times where I was like, I have absolutely no money to spend on going to the spa and all those beautiful things that are promoted on Instagram. Go for those walks, hang out with a friend, do those different things that help to fill you up. Go to a free show.
Yeah.
Do those smaller things to help to fill you up, to keep you inspired. The 4th would be to not be so dependent or disappointed if your friends don't support you or your friends or family don't support you.
That's a huge one.
That's a huge.
Yeah.
A lot of times we expect the people are closest to us to support our vision and the things that we do, but God didn't give them the vision, right?
Ooh.
So it's required for you to see the vision forward, and whether your friends or family are beside you or not, you still have to do what God has called you to do.
Absolutely.
So I think it's very, very important to just kind of process that very early on and say, okay, maybe they will, maybe they won't, but I want to keep going.
Right.
And you will always have 1 or 2 that will, and appreciate and love on them like nobody's business. I have friends that have been with me from the beginning, and they are still coming and helping out and volunteering, and I gave them a upgrade, a new title, and they get a couple dollars now, and they're like, oh, we got a promotion, they got a special name tag. It's like,
Love that.
they're special. And then the 5th thing would be the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. So write down your business plan, whether it's like 1 page, you can chat GPT it. Oh yes. But have somebody review it.
Yes.
But write the vision down, try to come up with your financial projections and what it looks like between the 1 to 3 year mark, the 3 to 5 year mark,
Right.
just so you know what direction you're going into and you're not just doing it blindly.
Yeah.
When I first started, I was just doing it and I was like, I love this. This is so much fun. Like, I actually should pay some bills now. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of getting a little out of control here. So started to draft out that business plan. And now we have so many other systems that can help to facilitate that in a meaningful way. So I will say write the vision down and make it plain.
Okay.
For sure.
It's fantastic.
And who was that first person that like really vouched for you in the industry after you were doing, you know, offering the free events and stuff, and you're like, you know what, it's time to monetize? Who was that mentor, that person that was like, you know what, book with her?
I would say I would absolutely shout out my mentor. She was my 9th grade teacher.
Okay.
And she has watched me grow throughout life. And she actually gave me my first corporate contract.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so when we talking about vouching for me,
Yeah.
and I didn't really have that much experience, you know, shout out to you. I didn't really have as much experience, but she was willing to be patient with me and work with me and talk to me behind the scenes, like, okay, this is how corporate works.
Right.
This is the process. These are the systems. This is normally the timeline. So she definitely took a chance with me. And this is our 3rd year doing that contract. So it's been such a blessing, not just to say, oh, I got it because I know her, but I got it because I worked for it.
Right.
And I earned it and I deserve it. And I'm bringing other people on that work for it and earn it and deserve it. So, you know, I can't just only depend on my good looks, you know. I'm actually working for it. So
That's good.
And that stems from your childhood, because she saw something in you back then.
Right.
You know,
From
and that's
9th grade.
beautiful. That is a beautiful thing when somebody can see your worth and know what you're capable of at a young age. And look at you now.
look.
Look at you now. Look at you now. Do you have like mentees or younger people that you are overseeing and kind of guiding in that direction?
I do. I have some college students that won't leave me alone. So they're always at all of the events and, you know, always just kind of soaking up everything that I'm saying and laughing at my corny jokes. So I wouldn't say it's official where I'm like, this is a mentor program that I'm guiding the next generation, but it's for it's a little more informal, but they're there. That's present.
Best ways, girl, because
It is.
when it's more informal, they'll be more open to express some things that are happening and be more willing to share. And you can, you know, it'll be a more positive experience than feeling like they're restricted and, you know, that stiffy, stuffy stuff.
Too professional. You don't want to be too professional, I'd say.
Right, exactly. But you're very professional, very poised.
Don't.
But she's like,
Age now.
right. The respect has to be there, but I'm here. I can meet you where you are.
Yeah.
Because they're still young, so I understand that. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, do you see yourself branching out to like Delaware, New Jersey with events and everything in the near future?
Ooh, I'm tired. Oh, yes. I would say, so we do an event called the Philly Black Wine and Spirits Fest. It's one of our larger events, our largest events. And I'm thinking about kind of repackaging it and taking it to other cities. I want to shift to more consulting and things like that. But that's in the vision. That's in the plan.
Yes, bro. That's the retirement plan.
Yes.
Walker Consulting.
Yes.
It's not done quite right.
I know how to do this. So that is in the vision, to repackage some of our staple events and transition.
So explain that event. Like, what all happens and takes place at that particular wine event?
Okay, so the Philly Black Wine and Spirits Fest is, I would say, one of my favorite events because it stretches me as a planner.
Okay.
There's so many different things happening. But the goal of it is to spotlight Black-owned businesses, wine, spirits, products, foods, all of that. It is not exclusive to Black and brown folks, but it is heavily promoted and we prioritize them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Black and brown winemakers make up less than 1% of the industry.
Oh, wow.
So it's pivotal that we create spaces for them to be able to get exposure and branding and marketing and to sample and sell their products.
I love that.
So at that event, it's a whole experience. We have wine tasting and sampling, spirits tasting, cocktails. We had the line dancing going. It's cultural. We got performances happening, live art, artisans selling their products. It's just a full experience, and people look absolutely stunning.
I bet they
can't
do
wait to show you all the pictures.
Yes.
So I think that's the difference between our cultural events that we do as African Americans.
Yes. They got soul.
That we got soul.
That.
We got soul in there seasoning. Yeah. I was like, I'm trying.
I had to. She got right into I got soul. I was sick of that. Yeah, for real though. I love that.
Yes.
Yes. I think it's so important too that it's an experience. So it's giving like a festival meet a job fair. So it makes it more light and fluffy for the people that are there to expose their businesses, because you can have a good time and also you can break bread with these folks. I love that.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I was gonna ask. She's painting this picture. You know, do we have any Black-owned cigar businesses at this event as well? Because it's like that incorporates that, the wine and spirits, the camaraderie and everything. Like,
I would love to. So it's always contingent on the location.
oh, okay, yeah.
So this year's location is primarily inside. We're working to get it outside and kind of
Oh yeah.
integrate into the community, but TBD.
Okay. Very nice.
Yes, I love that. I mean, some possibilities.
Very much so.
And so what are some other events that you're actually working on right now that you're able to share with us?
Okay, so we do have a few corporate clients that I can't
Disclose right
yet. Sorry. Shout out to them though. Checks have been cashed.
I know that's right.
But I think the biggest thing right now is the Philly Black Wine and Spirits Fest that's happening September the 13th.
Around the corner.
2 sessions. One is 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and the other one is 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So it's all day. You pick your vibe. That's our biggest thing that we're working on, and that's tomorrow.
Oh, very good.
And then we have a urban table tasting experience that's happening in November around Thanksgiving. Kind of portion of the proceeds is going to go to a nonprofit organization that helps to feed people that are unhoused and in areas that are in food desert zones. And then we have a speakeasy style holiday party in December. So fun. So fun. So we got some fun stuff and some business stuff as well.
I want to hear a little bit more about the speaky. They're speaking my language. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's very sexy, very va-va-voom. It's called Red Velvet. Our first year was last year, and it was just really exclusive. You had to give a password to get in there.
I love it.
Yeah.
With club members only. That's the whole experience. I love that.
In order to get into the space, you had to walk underneath like this pathway and walk into the secret door. It was
An experience.
Love that.
yeah, tastings and open bar and performances. It was great. It was fun.
Now I'm curious too, when you're at these events and you see like, the vibe and everything. How's your attire? Are you dressed to the nines as well in the midst of it, or are you just kind of like professionally just kind of blending in?
I dress according to the theme. And so does all my staff. So
I love that.
I be so proud. I be looking around. I'm like, y'all eating it. But I see what y'all doing.
Right.
I need to catch up because y'all not going to outdress me. So yes, I'm dressing as according to what the theme is.
That I love that.
Do you feel sometime that, we mentioned earlier purpose? It seems like every party and event that you throw, right? It has this theme, right? Everyone's having a great time, but the purpose and intent behind it. Do you feel sometimes it's a burden to carry? Do you feel like it was something that God put on your shoulders, a good thing, but do you sometimes feel like, man, this is my burden?
Mm-hmm.
And when you feel heavy, how do you cope and get back on track in those moments?
Yeah, yes. I do feel sometimes that it is heavy because it is connected and aligned with the integrity that I mentioned earlier. I wish, as I mentioned earlier as well, like I didn't have this like, oh, this is for the greater good and whatever the mission and vision is. It does feel like it consumes me sometimes. So I'm always thinking about it. I'm always kind of like integrated into it, and it does feel heavy. And sometimes people don't really understand what the purpose is. I'm like, y'all don't see that it's all this greatness going on. You don't see that vision. So that's sometimes frustrating. It's like being an artist, and people don't understand your work.
Yes.
That is artistry. What you're doing is artistry.
It is. Yes. Reminds me of who said that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my like I'm sensitive about my stuff. Like, and if I get complaints, I'm like, why are you complaining? Like, this is great. You don't see my work.
Right.
So sometimes I do feel there is a heaviness, but when I'm at the events and in the experiences, I'm reminded of why.
The why.
Do it.
The why. After all the work, right?
After all the work.
The why.
And how I kind of mitigate the feelings of heaviness. I have a great community.
Yeah.
I have friends. They're amazing and they're funny and they're fly. So when I'm feeling like this is too much, I don't want to do this, I call them, I hang out with them, I get around them.
Yeah.
And I look back at that business plan or like what some of my goals are, just to remind myself that it's not about me. Who cares about me? Like, it's not about me. It's about the bigger picture. So
Absolutely. What is the greatest compliment someone has given you after an event? Any event, just something memorable that was just like, dang, like I did that, and you just were so proud of yourself from that compliment.
I mean, what comes first to mind, of course, is like, oh, okay, not to say this is not impactful, but oh, you inspired me. It's like, okay, thanks. But
You're so humble. It's okay.
like, okay, thanks. But when people say, oh, I met my partner here. We had an engagement last year at the beach.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere. No, they didn't tell me, which I was pissed off about. I just happened to see it on Instagram. I'm like, somebody got engaged. Like, that to me is such a compliment, because it's like, you felt safe here.
Yeah.
If somebody tells me they feel safe here and they feel seen, or if they come alone and be like, I always come to these events because I know I'm going to meet people that I can connect with. And even if I don't, like, I just love being here.
Yes.
That to me is the biggest compliment, because again, it's about finding your tribe. It's about that community.
Yeah.
And if people don't feel that and don't experience that, then I'm not doing my job right. So I would say that's the biggest compliment.
That's
Getting married. I gotta find those people. I don't even know who they are. Stress.
Right. So, what is something that you want to do, or like, I guess it's aesthetic wise, that you haven't like tried yet at an event, and you're like, you know what, that'd be a really cool theme for this type of event, like something that you've been thinking about doing, but maybe at the time didn't have the resources or the means to, and now you're like,
I can't tell you. It's time to be listening.
Okay.
You know, the people be listening.
And they'll have expectations, immediate expectation.
No, people listen. It's still idea. So they see what you're saying.
Yeah.
This idea. And it's like, no, you didn't. You didn't think about that.
You're right.
But okay. So I will say it's locked in already. So
Okay.
so
Well, that's
here.
good.
So for our urban farm table in November, the theme is centered around the Renaissance and like Black art and just the richness of the history and culture. I always see it first before I do it. So I see like vinyls, I see poetry notes, I see someone singing in a tone that's more like Billie Holiday. I see like the dark colors and like people actively like writing poems on site. I see ciphers. Like I see
Like a Harlem Renaissance type of vibe.
yes.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's happening. It's gonna be gorgeous. We may have some got that in the works.
We're gonna have to come to one of these events. I'm feeling like the Speakeasy.
Oh, yeah,
Girl, we gotta.
Yeah.
I love the way you
We have
paint the
to-
pictures.
Yes,
I'm listening, and you were just so visually inclined. Like I'm like, girl, what do I buy at school?
I sit by the piano. We'll sit down with her and be like, okay, where do I sign MK? Because she's laying out the whole experience for you, like literally. And she's so talking rhyme and poised and pretty and collected.
Yes.
And you're just like, I trust what she's saying. Like, this is going to be the event of the century.
Yeah.
Thank
you. You do have that energy, that stage space. You know, we've been talking about that.
You know, so people have like an air like, yeah, it's my part. She doesn't have to do any of that.
No.
It's like what she's saying aesthetic wise, and then her receipts to back it up. It's like, okay, I'm a book.
Yeah.
I love it.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
No, for real.
Paint a picture. Listen, I am all ears. Like,
And I think I need to start doing that more.
You have a director's
People
hand.
don't have a. I
Oh, yeah, that's one the way she was talking.
yes,
That's
definitely.
good. People don't. I don't think people understand the process really, and I think I don't do a good job at like being like, this is what I see. This is what I want people to experience.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you all said that. I'm gonna start
Oh,
doing.
you're doing good.
You're doing great. And some won't always understand, like we said, the vision because they just can't open their mind to that space until they see it. But that's why we need people like you to lay the road, like the visionary road of like, okay, this is what this needs to look like.
Yeah,
That's a gift.
Absolutely. And you said something earlier too, Sunny, that caught my attention. You know, when we talk about, you know, family and friends uplifting and supporting, I've never heard anyone say it that way where they just don't see the vision. You said it and it was in such a impactful and like positive way. It wasn't like, they don't like what I'm doing. You know, you made it to where it's like they just don't understand the vision.
yeah,
And I love how you said that.
absolutely.
Because most people, you know, you hear the latter and keep speaking your positivity, girl.
Thank you.
Yes.
The truth of the matter is a lot of people don't operate in that creative, fluid space.
True.
So they are not able to open their eyes to even imagine, you know,
Yeah. No, I agree.
really what it is.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I see.
and you talked about having a director's mind.
Yeah.
It's good to have the actors around you.
Yeah.
And the co-producers.
Yes.
People that can understand.
Right.
Because I have some people that are very close to me that they'll look at me and they'll be like, she doesn't like that. Or she would now when I turn around, they're like, she wouldn't like that. Let me change it.
Yes.
So it's good to have those types of people around.
Yeah.
you.
A solid team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't even have to say it. I have a young lady that she's amazing. Shout out to her. Happy birthday, Kaj. She's amazing and she's very sharp. And I'll be here and I'm like, boom, 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 boom. She's like, all right, I did the paperwork already. I have this. I already printed this out. I got this. I already sent the email out. And I'm like, I love you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, because I'm still creating it.
Get it. Every visionary needs like that administrative person to do the clerical stuff. When you're busy dreaming and creating, you need someone to handle that part.
Yeah.
Absolutely understand.
She already knows how you operate, so it's already done without you even having to. That's a good employee.
Gosh, she's a member of my team. She's a family. She's not an employee. That's,
Okay, gotcha.
we are in this together.
I look in.
Together.
So that's my people. So
That's my girl. Shout out to Kaj and all my team. Love y'all.
and all the team. So what is next for you? The rest of 2025. You kind of talked about the events and stuff. I know it's some stuff you can't really speak on, but share with the viewers like where they can find how to book you with events and stuff, and then some open, spaces you may have for potential clients. Because I'm sure you're booked and busy, so we could squeeze you in.
For real. But
I would say that consulting is something that's near and dear to my heart. I do want to transition a little bit to not be, I love being in the business, but to start to train people to either do it themselves or to kind of be advocates or brand ambassadors or mini event planners so they can do it themselves more effectively. So starting to teach some classes and I've always wanted to do like a summer camp for hospitality folks or business owners. So that'll be in the works, if not next year, the year after, just to get everybody just kind of on the same page. I think growing up, I put myself into programs that helped me kind of build that business acumen.
Right.
There was a program called Business Boot Camp that taught me like the basics of like we were 16, so like how to open a big account, the questions to answer, and like wrote up a small business plan. But that helped me to learn more, and I think that we don't have a lot of that as teenagers and now adults. And there are so many people in business that need that additional assistance. So
Jerry
kind of having a cohort for that. So I think that is happening. We're definitely going to continue to do our staple events.
Okay.
And we will be opening up our books to accept more events in the fall. So after October, we're opening our books back up. So, and we're open to partnerships and collaborations as it is aligned.
There we go.
As it makes sense.
And there we go.
As it makes sense.
Very good.
And as it makes sense.
I know the cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've learned that as well.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh,
You know, God knows your heart. Girl, we in a capitalist society. Make your coin.
Absolutely.
all day.
Absolutely.
All day.
And there's so many statistics that talk about women not asking for more and not standing on business and being afraid or kind of bending in certain ways in order to appease or like, oh, I don't want to lose this contract because if I say a little bit too much, then maybe they'll run, or taking lower contracts because they're not asking for the bigger dollars. So that's also becoming more available information, more available to me as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just how to like negotiate and be more stern about.
Setting our boundaries, like what you were talking about. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we ain't gonna let them lowball you, girl. Call us up. We're gonna start doing a little segment.
Know your worth.
Yes. Know your worth. I call in. We're like, hey y'all, I just want to let y'all know they gave me this contract. What y'all think?
I'm like, okay, you're good.
Yes. So Miss Sunny, Miss Booked and Busy, what do you do in your free time? What do you enjoy doing?
I'm so, when you ask me about what's next, a vacation.
Okay.
It has to be next because I haven't taken one in a while.
That's good.
I love to travel. Back in my day, I was a jet setter. And then when you go in business, sometimes that comes to a screeching halt.
I've got those sacrifices.
Got to reallocate the funds. But I love the arts. It's just funny that you said that. I love the arts. I love plays and ballets and the opera. I am a wine connoisseur, so I love going to wine tastings and exploring that. Which helped to develop my love for wine and like the culture of it. I love to hang out with my friends. I love hosting parties. Not as much anymore because I do it for a living. I'm tired, but I do love hosting as well. Every year I host a holiday party. I'll invite y'all to it too. Yeah. It's off mine. It's off.
Exclusive. Sun exclusive.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I genuinely love the work that I do. 95% of the time. I genuinely love the work that I do. And I love trying out new restaurants. Things like that.
Yes, ma'am.
But I love how she enjoys the work that she does and to the things that she likes in her free time because her work is what she enjoys.
Yes.
And you can see it because as you're talking about it, the smile, and she's like,
Oh, yeah.
I can tell when the guests are really,
Absolutely. And it's not
more than a craft.
It's not really work, really.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's what she loves to do
95% of the time.
95%. Yes, huh? All right. That other 5%, it's okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's 50-50.
Right. Absolutely. Have there been like any tentative deadlines that you haven't met? And have you ever beat yourself up about not meeting a deadline? Because it seems like you have very extensive business plans and future, dated plans. So have you had to like pivot or switch game plans?
Yeah, I actually wanted to have an event, a venue space, probably about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
And went and had the whole plan written out. I was like, I'm going to get this year. And then, the financial projections are going to look like this and, all of that. Unfortunately, we didn't have the capital to make it make sense because you have to put a lot of money up front, whether you're purchasing it or if you're renting it or leasing it. So we didn't have enough capital to do it in a way that made sense. So I did feel bad about that because, I set out to do it. I started telling people, this is what's going to be named. I'm showing them pictures of a fictitious space. And when it didn't go through, it was okay because I understood that I needed more time in order to reinvest and, get the capital together. And now, my vision has changed. I don't necessarily want the same things that I did in that season. So, yeah. it was a good decision that God made, because I was about to be up in there.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Now, I'd like you to tell our viewers where they can find you, book like any events and stuff. If you don't mind, just do that one more time for us, website and everything.
Yes. So the company is named Kabila Events. That's K-A, B as in boy, I-L-A, Events with an S. That's K-A, B as in boy, I-L-A, Events with an S. That is on Instagram, Facebook, and our website is KabilaEvents.com.
Beautiful. Y'all heard it first. Y'all need an event. Got the beautiful Sunny right here at your fingertips.
Yes. And everybody, make sure that you also subscribe to the channel if you have not already.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any comments or questions for Sunny, or if you would like to come to one of her events that are coming up, by all means, drop them comments. We are going to have all her handles and stuff available as well, so that you guys can partake as well.
And we do have a $20 discount coming right now, or going on right now, for the Philly Black Wine and Spirits Fest.
Okay.
That is until next Friday. I think that's the 13th. I don't remember that date, but get on it, because it will not last forever.
You heard
And we sell out every year.
Oh,
limited time only, y'all.
let it be known. They sell out, okay?
Well, in closing, it's been an absolute pleasure, Sunny. Thank you so much. I am Pamela Nicole, and I've got my gorgeous co-host, Nia J. And this is
Dynasty Queens.